All right, y'all, let's get into Trump's three-point plan. Moses, Christ, tie some points together for us. So, the Moses. This doesn't have to be a woman. It can be a man. I've told y'all this, but this is like the like he mows his own yard. Like it's just a regular dude coming up out of the woodwork, right? So, knowing that America found its foundations with the Pilgrims and the American Indians. Today we have those Pilgrims, the people who have taken that free tricking treatment, and they will be brought down to the Grim state soon when they get sad. But this American Indian ties to that Jesus figure, and if you know about Jesus, it was Jesus of Nazareth, and he came into the Judeo land, basically, and he was telling them they were wrong and blah, blah, blah. So this is kind of where you get the V coming in for that peace and safety for that time. That Vivek Ramaswamy, the Rammy and the Whammy that's coming. So this Ramaswamy is going to be coming as part of... he's looking like the Moses character on the red side, okay? There's seems to be a Moses character on the Democratic Party. That's going to be the woman. And then there's going to be the Moses character on the red side. And it seems like it's going to be the Vivek Ramaswamy. And this is where you had a bunch of celebrities doing the V's and stuff last year or whatever. But either way, so this dude is that American Indian. His parents migrated here, and they gave birth to this boy, and he was kind of raised in America, but under a different culture. It's the same thing with Jesus, how Jesus is going to be coming in from another culture, and he's not abiding by that culture, so it's kind of like he's bringing an end to... it's a sign of the end of that era, okay? So there's many Antichrist. He's going to be one of those Antichrist figures as far as bringing in the... he could bring in the sacrifice or whatever they're looking for. So he could tie into that figure. And then DeSantis is going to be like another Antichrist figure going against Trump. So this is where you kind of get the play on stuff, okay? So as Trump is playing the Christ and being hung on the cross, he's also playing an Antichrist to these other Christ figures, okay? The Vivek Ramaswamy, he's going to be a Christ figure, okay? As far as bringing in another culture, the Indians. I love Indian food. I've always loved the Indian buffet. The fennel, that's the nail for the coffin, and the finish line, and the fentanyl, and all those things. Anyways, that's what they give you for the fresh breath after you get done eating. This is where America, we're not going to be the old America anymore. We're going to be the new America, and that part of all right, so as these things are playing out, all right, Trump is that capstone and cornerstone, okay? So what he's doing is he's playing the part of multiple things, and he is pushing the old system to that peak pinnacle spot of hate and divide and such, and then he's pushing the new foundation to the point to where it's going to conquer the old part after it divides the old, okay? As these different Christ figures are coming in, Elon Musk is going to be a Christ figure because he's going to be part of, like, against the church. Anybody that's coming as far as, like, against the church is going to be an antichrist to the actual church, but it's not a bad thing. It's a sign of a time that the church age is over, that Jesus is coming back a second time, and the church didn't learn their lesson the first time, and now they need to learn it a second time, okay? So, the 3-point plan for Trump is to have these characters come in, like the false prophet and the harlot and such, coming in to the White House. That's the white horse. But they're coming in as these Antichrist figures, and there's going to be different Christ to Antichrist and those types of things. But the thing that y'all need to realize is that the church age is over, and that the church age is the one, the right and wrong, they are the ones that are being so-called brought into the slaughter. And most of them have already taken the silent bomb, and like 80% have already gotten at least one trigger treatment for the booster season coming up. But this trick and treatment is going to be coming and making fruits soon, and that tree is growing inside of the parasite, which is the human being. And so all these old beasts, okay, basically man is transforming. So as the Lord has come in and transformed everybody in a twinkling of an eye, when you get that thing in your arm, it makes you kind of tear up, get that little twinkle in your eye. So that's changing the ribonucleic acid, and that's the rib covered up with flesh. So it's just a way to cool and herd the non-thinking man, because we're going into that spiritual age where you have to be a thinking man. And either way, so kind of like if you're going to church now, you're not a thinking man in a matter of instance, and that's where the first or last and another kind of play out. But so the 3-point plan, Trump, they're going to be having the divide go on in 2024, 2025 election and such, and that's going to play up to the pinnacle for 2025, the abomination of desolation kind of thing, where you see him stand in the holy place, and then you're going to see the playoff of that in 26, 27, and 28, and then Trump comes in 2028, 2029 time frame, and he's going to bring us into that final new time for when he's 82, 83, 84, and 85. And that 85 connects us back to that first 88 when he came. And then that will take us into the final 88 to when he's 88 and Biden's 88. Okay? So this is where you see all those replays. All right, folks? So as Trump's coming in, this would put him back in office. Okay, he started Space Force, and then this would put him back in office for 29, 30, 31, 32, and that would be the time of the Jesus arrival per se, and the alien, the big mothership, and whatever else. Okay, so it can be tied into all that kinds of stuff. So as this 3-point plan is coming out, the Son of Man has a long journey, and the Son of Man is that Christ figure, the man of sin and such. And the church today, we're taught a Jesus that is not in the Bible, and he is, and this is why they can't see Jesus coming, they can't hear Jesus coming. But we're finally getting up to that point in time where the people in the church, they're going to start hearing the footsteps of Jesus, because he's getting close. Now, the light they have for Jesus has been transformed by Satan into something that Jesus is not. So therefore, they don't recognize the power of the blood. And this is where the church today, they have a form of godliness, but they deny the power thereof, because Jesus has done away with the church. And then Paul, he came in and he basically snuck back in shit, and he brought back in the church. What was he? He was a Pharisee. He left that supposedly, and then he was the only one who was not the first of the true apostles, all right? But he came in, and what did he do? He started back the damn church again, all right? And what do you have today? The church today, they worship Paul, okay? And the Paul is like the founder of their church and all this other nonsense. So it's basically the Payul. So Saul, he saw what was going on. He's a Pharisee, so he went and changed his name to Paul so the people wouldn't understand what was going on. So then he comes in and starts making the fucking church again. All right? And now, you got the church again, same bullshit playing out. And then you got to have Jesus come back a second time to get rid of the church again. Okay? So it's all right there in front of us, people. But Trump's coming back on his 3-point plan. And I assume that Trump is going to be, he's the king of media kind of thing. And I assume he's going to be given his mouth to speak on a like a show platform, a television platform kind of thing. And this will be him being able to feed the capstone and the cornerstone all at once, and we'll give him that mouth to speak, and we'll have him be able to feed the fire against the Christ figures, but also be able to feed the people into the Antichrist figure who's going against the Christ and all those other things, okay? So we're going to have that replay of the Pilgrims and the American Indians and the Thanksgiving and all that stuff for 2024 and all those things, okay? So the Indians, they helped out the Pilgrims and got them through winter and all that kinds of stuff. So the winner is Trump, and this Indian's going to come through and he's going to help us. And this would be like when the UN comes in or whatever from the people being herded into the cages for the trick and treatment that was given. But it's going to play out these kinds of ways, it seems. So the red wave divide is probably going to be like Moses, like a man, and then the blue divide is going to be that woman, the Moses character, okay? So this is where you get the purple party. I assume Oprah is going to come up, or Gail King, or one of these kinds of characters, because the color purple, Oprah's in that show, and we're having that vision unlocked, and it's coming to our reality in a hard way. But anyways, this is just a little update. Trump's 3-point plan. He's going to come back and use his Space Force. I expect all this stuff. Everything's cracking right open. New Age, it's all right there, dude. If y'all can't see it, like, my gosh, folks, okay? Either way, we'll end it here. It's going to get good, all right? The movie has started.